So I had a breakdown all written out ready to go for Nunes versus Rousey, then BJJ Scout released their own and I simply scrapped mine. Theirs had everything I wanted to say and then some, so I'll just simply provide my opinion on this fight and skip the technicalities. First off, let me speak as a fan. I'm 100% okay with Ronda not doing interviews. I'm so much better off without seeing any of it. I'm not a fan of Ronda's persona on camera, whether it's in movies or commercials or interviews. When she's being candid, she seems fine, but she has this me against the world vibe I've never latched onto. And the UFC's promotional content is just over the top. I don't care about it. The promo with Ronda circling the date on the calendar, I couldn't finish watching it. I just don't care. She took a loss. Now it's either time to retire or get back on the horse. So the decision to not do media is entirely fine with me. The reasons for not doing it could stem from not wanting to discuss the loss and extend all the way to not talking about Taverdian as a coach or her relationship with Travis Brown. Fine with me. I always try to avoid the pre-fight hype no matter what, and the less I have to hear the better. Honestly, it's probably better for Ronda so she can focus solely on training for Nunes because she's going to need it. So when it comes down to who I want to win just as a fan, I can assure you, my girlfriend and I will be rooting for Amanda Nunes to win. Amanda's in and out movement will be the biggest issue for Ronda on the feet. She's going to have to chase her down, close the distance, and try to put Amanda on her back. Unless Ronda has changed her approach and tries to stay on the outside and use footwork to win, I just really don't see that taking place. It's rare for any camp or coach to change a fighter's strengths, but we've seen bizarre performances in the past like BJ Penn against Edgar. So maybe Ronda baits Amanda in and tries to get the clinch off her punches, but I really doubt it. So just like in every single Rousey fight, the key areas we need to look at defensively from her opponents is the ability to defend submissions on the mat, but even more importantly, defense in the clinch. I think Amanda has certainly improved her takedown defense game, but we really won't know to what extent until she fights someone like Rousey. Obviously, Nunes and her camp can take a lot of tips from Holly Holm and her defensive maneuvers. Still, the forward aggression from Ronda is the biggest factor to deal with. Amanda Nunes is not the level of technician Holly Holm is when it comes to footwork. Holly's footwork was the biggest key to victory, next to defending in the clinch. Amanda throws a lot of leg kicks to bait forward pressure, then steps out to avoid the attack, and steps back in to counter. Ronda will likely just move forward. My second concern, and the biggest one, is Amanda's cardio. She had issues in the past, plus this fight is taking place in Las Vegas. Amanda already had like sinus issues or she was sick heading to Vegas, and since that desert city is so much higher in elevation than Coconut Creek, Florida, there is a concern her performance drops off after the first round if it even makes it that far. I definitely favor Ronda's cardio in Las Vegas as opposed to Amanda's. Amanda has fought in Las Vegas 3 times. She lost to Kat Zingano, a fight where her cardio was definitely a factor. Then she went 3 rounds against Shevchenko, and if that fight were 5 rounds, I think Shevchenko would have won it. You could see Amanda's performance begin to dip, and then her latest performance was her win against Tate, which was a win in the first round. So I'm not saying Amanda can't come in and look excellent for 25 minutes, but I'm definitely not liking the fact that the fight is in Vegas. She made her switch to training in America, which I think is a big deal. They have a great strength and conditioning coach over at American Top Team. So I'm looking forward to hoping to see it improved, but I'm just saying it's certainly a concern. It's possible Ronda doesn't look great cardio-wise either, considering the layoff and her mentality coming in, but watching her fight against Holm, it was impressive. She was all the way in Australia. She was getting her ass kicked and still pressing forward and still chasing. So Amanda has to be prepared to hit her with everything and not put Rousey away. It took a head kick from Holm to seal the deal. Last, I think Nunes holds similarities with Anthony Johnson, power punchers who likely have technique but lack discipline and fight kind of outside of their games at times. It's going to come down to discipline from Amanda Nunes to win this fight, and then I think discipline will directly affect her cardio. Ronda Rousey is coming in with so many questions surrounding her that it's just impossible to fully be confident in how she'll perform. So if I'm going strictly off her past performances, I like her chances stylistically. I don't think it's an easy fight, but I do think an orthodox power puncher is a more favorable matchup than a southpaw technician. If the assumptions come to fruition, then Ronda will likely win in later rounds if she doesn't just get the tap early. So to make this fairly simple, I think if Nunes wins, it's most likely that she beats Rousey on the feet and either wins from a TKO or a submission off of rocking Ronda. A stoppage early, in other words. She could possibly win a decision if she can outstrike her on the feet, do enough damage, and avoid all submissions. I definitely don't count that out, but like I said earlier, that's very dependent upon her cardio and what kind of fight this is. For Ronda, she could come out and win like she always does, first round submission. There's enough proof at this point that she's more than capable of doing that. No matter how badly she got beat, Amanda Nunes is not Holly Holm, and Ronda is a high-level technician on the mat and in the clinch. Make fun of her striking all you want, but she is tenacious everywhere else. I think Nunes has made the appropriate strides to defend in the clinch for a while, but I question how long that lasts. Ronda is so wild striking too that she could hit Nunes with a good punch. Not even Holly Holm could avoid her. Holm was stunned from one of Ronda's wild punches, and then she knocked out Betch too. Again, I don't think that really works against someone like Nunes, but what will work is the knees in the clinch and her ability to capitalize on Nunes when she plants. I think that, combined with her aggression, is going to put some serious pressure on Nunes' ability to perform in the long run. So I see Ronda winning by late stoppage. Now with that said, I'll happily admit, no matter how contradictory it sounds, that I'm rooting for Nunes to find her victory here and prove me wrong in all facets. I hope she makes the most of Ronda's layoff. I'm not wishing for Ronda's demise here, and I think she can still ragdoll most of the women's division, and I won't be surprised if she does it here. However, I would like some stability in the women's division, and if Ronda wins, then we're going to have to see probably one more fight from her. No doubt, Ronda will take on the winner of Holm in a champion versus champion redemption fight. And if Holm loses, then Ronda could fight Germaine, which still holds the same prestige of winning 2 titles. Cyborg was supposed to be involved with this to some degree to maximize profitability for the UFC, but obviously USADA had something to say about that. I think it's still possible Ronda fights again if she loses, but it really depends on how she loses, and no doubt the likelihood of retirement is way higher. Ronda's back. I'm excited to see how she performs. I have her winning by late stoppage. That's my pick on fantasy. I think my girlfriend has Nunes winning by knockout. And fun fact, she picked Holly Holm to win by second round knockout over Ronda Rousey. So be sure to use that affiliate link to purchase UFC 207. Make sure to disable ad block prior to doing so too, because I believe that was giving some people issues. I appreciate all your support and love up to this point. Happy holidays, be safe, and I'll see you in 2017.